Well, Arsenal have dropped 2 points today after they've gone ahead to draw with the side of Everton 1-1 at the Goodson's Park. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It has been Trossard in the 34th minute counter-attack led by Raheem Sterling, cut inside in the central axis and went ahead to obviously release Trossard, and Trossard went ahead to obviously come up with an exclusive finish, and the pursuit was really out of this world, and it gave Arsenal a lead by 1-0. And at the beginning of the second half, just 4 minutes in, Skelly goes to really give a soft penalty to the side of Everton, and it was Ndiaye who went ahead and obviously scored that penalty to say to it that he really makes it count 1-1. And in the next 51 or in the next 41 minutes, Arsenal couldn't obviously find the winner, and that game of football went ahead to draw 1-1. What does it mean for the club of Arsenal? It means really that it is really making the job of Liverpool easier to obviously go ahead and really win the league before they even play one another. And the more it really sees Arsenal lose points, the more it really gives Liverpool a very huge chance. But this game sent a message to every Arsenal fan outside there. Arteta is having 100% of his focus onto the Champions League, and you've gone ahead to see it that very well. That Arteta went ahead to obviously see to it that he brings in he went ahead to bench Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Julian Timber. 5 of his players that most of us thought would obviously get into the starting 11 of the club of Arsenal in this game. And it was like, I'm having a very big encounter on Tuesday, that is next week, against Real Madrid. And it's like, those are my top guns, and they're obviously going to come up and obviously start. So the manager is shifting his attention from the Premier League to the Champions League, because he knows to it that for Liverpool, it will be a miracle of miracles for the Premier League. It will be the miracle of miracles for Arsenal to go ahead and obviously win it. You understand? But for the side of the Champions League, they are 4 games away from playing into the finals, that are going to be played, I think, in Germany. So he is like, let me go in for this trophy and see how things are really going to be panning out. And for Real Madrid, they're also playing right now, meaning that they'll be traveling to London, I think, on Monday, right? Monday morning, train at Emirates, and see to it that they obviously get all well. But I think Ben White coming in through and really playing some minutes, 45. Then Timber also playing those 45 minutes. It has been really, really, really very engaging, and it really gave Arsenal a very huge boost ahead of the game of Real Madrid, because most of us, we are really worried that Arsenal was going to take on Real Madrid when they are not having a right back that is really very, very good. But we all know to it that if you're having Ben White and Julian Timber, it obviously does cover the huge damage that most of us we are really very worried about. But I want to talk about Skelly. Skelly, I think he has costed Arsenal, the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers, when he got his red card that was really revoked. Then he got a red card. Was it in the Champions League? I think he never got one in the Champions League, but he got a red card in the Premier League, and has been responsible for really finding himself in a position of not really putting in a shift and really having his mind onto the game. And today, if you look at that penalty that's going to have to give away, I think there was no need, because his mind looked like it was really unsettled. And you feel a little bit for Arsenal, if at all they are going to feel him as a left back when they're playing against Real Madrid, because he's going to be facing players that are really having huge reputations in the game of football, especially Rodrigo. Rodrigo is going to be played as a right forward, and I tell you, he's really going to be playing against Lewis Skelly, and we'll wait and see how he obviously fares in there. He gives you 99%, but that 1% that he really misses out or doesn't give you might result into the team of Arsenal being really humiliated, because the side of Real Madrid will come knowing that this guy is young and let's target his side. You know, you'll see to it that Mbappe plays on the right, Bellingham, you know, they are going to target this youngster. And that's why when this game was coming close, I told one of my friends that I would rather play Carafiori as the left back, because I know that he has the experience, he can really handle this, and then I get Lewis Skelly in. But apart from that mistake, Lewis Skelly really had a very relatively good game, and he really put in a very big shift in there for you. But that's how things really went down at the Goodson's Park, and Arsenal really back in London to prepare for the game of Real Madrid that is on Tuesday, and we're also waiting to see what is really gonna be happening into the mix. So Tierney created one chance, created more chances, 3 versus Everton than any other player on the pitch, though around the 75th minute he was being subbed. You all know that, for the player known as Kylian Tierney, and that's why Arsenal really wanting him to go on a free, and he's one of those players that Arsenal is willing to let off go. Then Leandro Trossard. Since joining Arsenal, Leandro Trossard has scored or assisted 34 Premier League goals. Bukayo Saka is the only gunner to have been involved in more goals in that period. He has 53 and this one has 34, and he really doesn't get enough playing time like that of Bukayo Saka. So he's really one of those that you have to look at and really understand that he's really an exceptional player. That is Leandro Trossard, who has been on target today. And by the way, talking of Leandro Trossard, I think you've gonna hate to notice what Arsenal really gets when they're really having him as a false number 9 than Merino, because he has shown you that play me as a number 9, I'll get you those goals, and then I'll give you the hold-up play, because he's really an exceptional player that most people haven't gonna hate obviously give a very huge hand. And by the way, Arsenal came into this game of football. If at all they won, they would have gone ahead, obviously, be 9 points behind Liverpool. But Liverpool hasn't played, and Arsenal is now, I think they are now 11 points behind Liverpool, which is really very absurd. But I think Champions League football is not one of those. Premier League, triumphing in the Premier League is one of those things that they're not focusing at. They are focusing onto the Premier League. Now, let's go to the stats. 5 shots by Everton, Arsenal had 14. 2 shots on target by Everton, Arsenal had 5 shots on target. 29% ball possession by Everton, Arsenal had 71% ball possession. 179 passes completed by Everton, Arsenal completed 449 passes. The passing accuracy for Everton was 69%. That of Arsenal was at 68%. Fouls, Everton had for 17, Arsenal had 13. Then yellow cards, 3 to Everton, 1 to Arsenal. And that went to Jorginho, as he was really trying to question the referee whether the penalty that Arsenal conceded was really worth a goal. And 0 red cards issued to either side, 0 offsides to Everton and 1 offside to Arsenal. 3 corners, 2 Everton and 8 corners to the side of 8 corners to the side of Everton. Sorry, the side of Arsenal. Let's go to the table and see how it looks. Liverpool, 30 games played, they're having 73 points. Arsenal, 31 games played, they're having 62 points. Nottingham, 30 games played, 57 points. Chelsea, 30 games played, 52 points. And Man City, playing tomorrow against Man United. 30 games played, they're having 51 points. That is Newcastle, 29 points. 29 games, 50 points, and that's how the Premier League table is really looking in there for you. But before I obviously sign out, let me present you these stats that went ahead to obviously excite some people. Declan Rice, as Arsenal heads into the game of Real Madrid, 12 passes completed. This was in the first half. 5 tackles attempted most, 3 tackles won, 3 clearances, 3 crosses, 2 interceptions. And remember, he was excellent in the press and he put in a very big shift when it comes to set pieces. So tell me who your man of the match was, and Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and continue to subscribe to this channel. And how do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place. That's the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Second video of the day, Rokani David is here and is saying bye-bye. I don't know what your thoughts are going to be there, but all focus back to the Champions League on Tuesday as Arsenal hosts Real Madrid in there. So that is it, and see you later as Arsenal gears up for Real Madrid. And again, we are the Rokani Media Football, and we bring you the latest news and information in here, and we sign out.